Hey everyone, I'm Adam Rippon, 2018 Winter Olympic medalist, and I'm here at the Mood Pride photo shoot. For me, Pride Month is a time to reflect and think about all the people who've come before me. There are so many people who have been activists in the past who made it so that I can go out and I could have the experiences that I've had in my life. I know that the experiences I've had at the Olympics I wouldn't have been able to have without so many people who have really pioneered and paved the way for me to really be my authentic self. What am I particularly prideful about? One, I'm wearing highlighter today, so I'm really proud of that. If I think of one specific person who really comes to mind, I think it has to be Billie Jean King. She's an incredible athlete, and I think of all of the things that she went through when she came out. It really, it hurt her career. It almost destroyed all of the success that she had. But because of her, I was really able to go to the Olympics and really be myself with no consequences. And I feel so lucky that I've had the opportunity to thank her for all of the things that she's done, and it's people like that who I'm really grateful for. I remember being in the closet. I came out when I was 21. I know I was a late bloomer, and now here I am, shirtless in a blazer wearing a belt over it, so it's like I've come a long way. But I remember not sure of who I was, and I remember watching different YouTube coming out stories and reading different magazine articles on other out people in sports and in entertainment, and I remember thinking that maybe because of these people I would be okay when I came out. And when I finally did, I came out to my friends and my family. It was really important to me to be out publicly in my professional life. And when I finally did come out professionally, I remember thinking that I was just so powerful. I felt so in control. I felt like I was really showing who I was. I remember in getting ready for different competitions, I just felt really confident in the decisions that I was making and in the training that I was doing, and I felt like I was really doing it as myself. I don't know if there's anything I would ever change about my coming out experience, but I know that in everything I do, I try to do it for that little kid, me. When I was really young in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and didn't really feel like I had anyone to look up to. So I try to do it for that young kid because I always think that if there was somebody who I could have related to growing up, that it maybe would have made the experience a little bit easier. That being said, I've met so many incredible people who are just fabulous role models in the LGBTQ plus community. So what would I tell my younger self? One, I'd be like, you're gay. And the other thing that I would tell myself would be, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Your friends are still gonna love you. If you have good friends that love you, telling them that you're LGBTQ plus isn't going to change anything. I'm really lucky that my family is so awesome, but I also feel so lucky that I've really gained this new family in the LGBTQ plus community. And for those who are still in the closet and thinking of coming out or thinking they might be part of this community, the one thing I do have to say is that you have this family now, and we have your back. I think it's so important that in this community that if we feel like we have a platform to speak out for other people within it, it's our duty, it's our responsibility. When we can raise the people in our community who feel like they aren't being heard, that's when really we're showing that we're family, and that's what's so important. How does it feel to identify as a gay man in 2018? I think it's definitely easier than it was maybe even just 10 years ago. But I think because it's easier, I feel a responsibility to speak up for the people whose lives it isn't easy to be in 2019. There's so many trans people who are being murdered, who are being fired from jobs, and it wasn't too long ago that it was gay people who really were being attacked at the workplace and in their everyday life. And I think that it's really important that we don't forget those people, and we don't forget where we came from, and we don't forget how far we've come, but of how far we still have to go. Okay, the pride flag. I love the pride flag. I think it really represents, each color represents something. And I think that when you look at the flag, it's joyful. I also love the pride flag with the black and brown stripes, because I think it's just a little hint to our LGBTQ plus family members of color that we see you and we're here with you and we stand with you. I love when the trans flag is included in the pride flag as well. And you know what? I think that we shouldn't stop changing the pride flag, because as we grow and as we develop as a community, we want everybody to be heard. I think maybe the next step is making the pride flag just a video from Laverne Cox's Instagram of where she's singing and dancing in a closet. I think that's our next step, and I will not rest until that happens. So being an openly gay athlete at the Olympic Games, I felt really grateful to be able to march in the opening ceremonies with my really good friend Gus Kenworthy. Actually, when we marched in the opening ceremonies, it was the first time we ever met. But at the same time, even though we had never met and we had just exchanged a few messages back and forth of where we were going to meet, it felt like I had known him my entire life. It's so surreal to have such a different experience as someone, but at the same time feel like there are so many similarities. So after the Olympic Games, I really wanted to combine my two passions of getting to meet and laugh with people and skating. And when I created this YouTube channel, my biggest passion project was creating the series Break the Ice. And on Break the Ice, I bring some really incredible people onto the ice. We get to talk and have a nice little chat and do this fun interview, but I break the interview up in a few different sections, and of course we get down to business, and I give a skating lesson at the same time. So it's really fun because I can bring my friends and kind of share something of me with them as they're sharing so many different parts of themselves with me. I would have to say, on the show, Gus shocked me. I knew that he was like a daredevil, but I didn't know he would throw caution to the wind so powerfully. He was trying things that I didn't try until I had skated for 2 years, and he had his skates on for 5 minutes. So she's nuts and crazy, but I knew that, and Gus shocked me. Who's my dream guest? I think I feel like Michelle Obama would be a great skater. Right? Oprah Winfrey. Let's get some blades on her. I love Sarah Silverman. I would love to have Sarah Silverman. I feel like, listen, if you're famous, come do my show. I think now that I'm moving away from being an athlete, one thing I love is I love things in the comedy space. I love making people laugh. I love getting to talk with people, and that's something I hope I get to do my entire life. And I think if I'm able to make that some sort of job, that pays really well, that would be great. My mood for Pride Month is feeling eternally grateful. I'm grateful for all the things that I have in my life. I'm grateful for all the things I get to do. I'm grateful for the people who've come before me so that I'm able to do them, and I'm grateful for all the people who continue to support me. I'm also grateful for my haters, because you guys are bitches.